Griff Hamlin here, and welcome. Thanks for joining me. We're going to be talking a little bit today about playing a slow blues and a kind of interesting technique that I notice happens a lot. When we play a slow blues, there's because of the slow tempo, it's very easy to play out of time. But there's a way that guys like Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Eric Clapton, all the great players, there's a way that they play out of time and make it work. And it's not trivial. I mean, it's fairly easy to ignore the time, but what's not trivial is to keep the time going in the back of your mind. So what I'm going to do is try to show you how this is done using a fairly simple, straightforward lick. And I kind of demonstrated it earlier. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to play a lick and then kind of wait for the band to catch up. Okay? So if we take a very simple slow blues lick. So I'm doing slow blues in the key of A. Right? My lick is right there. So I'm going to bend up the 7th fret on the 3rd string, then the 5th fret on the 2nd, 5th fret on the 1st. Now I'm just kind of walk down the scale, 8th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret on the 3rd string, bend up and release. 5th fret on the 3rd string, down at the A on the 4th string, 7th fret. End it on the C at the 5th fret of the 3rd string. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And of course, as I always say, it does not start on beat 1, and that's not on accident. Okay, so notice that it starts on beat 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 to 3 and 4, and then I just did something else. And at that point, any lick is fair game, okay? Because what I'm going to do is the following. So the first time I played it at the beginning, I played it in time. Da, 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 and then I played a little something else. Okay, well, when it came around again, I basically just played it as fast as I could. At which point, I just waited for the band to catch up. Okay? Now, the key is this. When I play it fast, okay, and truly, it's out of time, it's just, I just blurt it out, okay? Like it's like an exclamation almost, okay? I just blurt it out. What I have to wait for is beat 2 again, okay? And that's where this can get complicated, because if you, like it's 1 and I just throw it out, 1, and see, in my mind that whole time the tempo was going. So 4 and 1 and 2, 4 and 1 and 2 and so I just play something else, again starting on beat 2, so that it's off of beat 1. It could be the and of beat 2 or the of beat 2 or the E or the and of 1. It just can't be beat 1. And what I've noticed, as if you've known me for any amount of time, I like to make rules. And what I've noticed is that a lot of times it's beat 2. Okay, if you listen to like Red House by Jimi Hendrix, man, it's like all over the place. Johnny Winter does this kind of stuff all the time. And a lot of times when you hear it, they come back into time on beat 2 of the next bar. So if you can be playing over a slow blues, and maybe you do it in time and then you don't, you got to be able to wait for that beat 2 to come around again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my jam track. This is just a slow blues in A from my 5x5 jam tracks. I'm gonna play in time. I'm going to play a little something else out of my 4-note solo pattern, nothing fancy. And then when it comes around again, I'm going to play it fast, and I'm going to wait again for beat 2. Okay, so check it out. 2, 3, 4, so 1 and 2. 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and here we go 1 and. So there's that. Now I'm going to play it fast. 1 and 1 and and 2. And I can do it fast again. 1 and 2. 2 and 3 and 4. And now I'm back in time. Okay. So notice that I'm truly going from out of time, in time, out of time, in time, kind of back and forth. Now, as I said, it's not trivial if you can't keep track of the beat. So when you come out of your out of time segment, in the back of your mind still has to have the clock going. For some people, that's no problem. For some people, that's a real big struggle. If that's a real big struggle for you, don't try this at home. Okay, we are trained professionals. Don't try this at home, because you can really get messed up. But if you have some licks and that you're used to playing in time, and you really want to get that cool kind of crazy flurry sound, this is a great way to do it. You just, like I say, you have to have in the back of your mind, you have to have that beat going. Now, if you listen to like Red House, one of the Hendrix studio recording, for example, of Red House, you're going to hear that he plays out of time, and then he plays another out of time, and he plays another out of time. They're like these bursts. They start on a beat, and then he plays a burst, and then he does another burst, and another burst, and another burst. As your solo progresses, you can do more and more and more and more of these bursts in a row and get away with it. That's just one of those things that your ear has to do for you. You have to kind of be on the ball there, and you'll have to know for yourself when it's too much or when it's not enough, and you can keep going. But I hope this is something that you can kind of play around with and kind of get it down. It is a very cool sound. It is something that's pretty unique to the blues, and it is a really cool sound when you get the hang of it. But it could be challenging if you're struggling with timing already. To try to add this in might be a little bit too much. So if that's the case, I'll make you aware of it, because when you hear it, in a recording, you might go, man, that's how does he count that? Well, he doesn't. So there are definitely times when you got to know, hey, there's some stuff that people don't count. They just go for it because that inner clock is good. Okay. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.